We are busy people. I'm a busy people. Like the other day, I had to go to the bank, mail a letter, drop off a birthday present, visit my mom an hour away, return some shoes, and go grocery shopping, getting home before traffic stopped me. I had the day all planned and timed out. So before I left, I went out to the garage to tell the guy who was working on our car, "Goodbye, I'm leaving." But before I could leave, he launched into an explanation of all he was going to be doing to the car. My eyes kind of glazed over and I'm like, I don't need to know. I trust you. It's fine. And then he started telling me about all the cars that he's worked on. Marilyn Monroe's pink Cadillac, an old 1930s beauty, a car that may or may not have belonged to the Kennedy family. Oh, I don't care. I'm not a car girl, I just wanted to say. So I was like looking at my imaginary watch and trying to think of a graceful way to exit when I sensed this little tapping on my shoulder, and it was God saying, "What do you have to do that's so important today? Be present here, Emily. Honor this man with your attention." All right. And then he asked me where I was going, and I said, well, I'm going to see my mom, who's in a dementia care home. He said his dad had Parkinson's, and we had an immediate connection. We talked about how hard it was to see our parents get so feeble. He said his parents live across country, so he doesn't get to see them, but he wakes up every morning at 6 a.m. and calls them every morning. He said, yep, I want to live with no regrets. And I started to think about how many times I balk at going to see my mother an hour away just once a week. No regrets, huh? Then he shared with me how this week he was 20 years sober. Wow, what an accomplishment. I once did 45 days without sugar, but 20 years abstaining from something you crave? What perseverance and hard work. As I left, I thought about Jesus' daily life. He was a very busy man, going about his Father's business. He was very busy, yet he was never in a hurry. He always made time to focus on the people who crossed his path, whether they were on his to-do list or not. Like one day he was at a cemetery and he cleansed a man who was possessed by many demons. Then he restored his health and returned him to his family and friends. Afterwards, he crossed in a boat to the other side of the lake to his next appointment when a man from a synagogue leader, begged him to come to his house because his daughter was dying. Jesus changed his plans and went with the man. But on the way, a woman who had a bleeding disease for 12 years touched his robe, and she was immediately healed. Now, Jesus noticed that the power had gone out of him. Now, he didn't have to stop. I mean, after all, he was on a mission to a dying girl, and this woman's already received her healing. But he paused and he acknowledged the woman, and he said that her faith had made her whole and to now go in peace. He addressed this woman. He restored her dignity in front of her community and gave her life back, something that would not have happened had Jesus had not stopped for her. But she mattered to Jesus. He was not in too much of a hurry to minister to her. Sometimes I'm in such a hurry that I don't see the people that God has put in my path. God wants me to take a sacred pause and be present to those in my day. I wanted to dismiss the man in the garage as just a worker on a car. But God wanted me to see him as a dedicated son, a triumphant alcoholic, and a passionate worker. Something I would have never known had I not paused in my busy day. And you know what? I still got all my errands done and made it home without sitting in traffic. I even called my widowed mother-in-law to see how she was doing, because I was reminded earlier to live with no regrets. You never know how the people in your day will minister to you or you will minister to them. Take a sacred pause with that cashier, barista, delivery person, waiter, person you're waiting in line with, or the homeless man on the street. I know you're busy, but you don't have to be in a hurry. This day, live beyond the hurry and take a sacred pause.